I want to tell you a story about our road, Wargrave Avenue. I'm living in this road, I think it's about 34, 35 years, a long time. When I came to live in this road, there weren't no Yidden here, but there were very anständige Goyim, opposite English Yidden, but anständige Goyim as well. One still lives here. Really a decent Mensch, but den kennt heranriefen als Shabbos Goy. Hast du nicht misschaffen sich mit dem, wenn du es dem gedarft, hast du ihm geriefen, wenn du es dem nicht gedarft, hast du nicht gesagt, er sagt hello and that's it. But anständige Goy, even the English Yidden were not really from, but they liked the from Jews because they didn't need to have here riffraff. And then one of the Yidden, let me show you the houses where and what exactly and tell you the story behind each house. It's easier when you see it, it's easier. I'm going to tell you the story about the houses that I'm talking about. That is number 9 over there, which used to belong to a person called Mr. Holder. And Mr. Holder died, and Mrs. Holder moved to Golders Green, and the children sold the house to Griescott, to Hershey Griescott, who lives in 34 Ravensdale Road. Then there's number 11, which belonged for a Goy, I think, and now Mr. Axel owned it. He owns it now, and he's put in a whole load of students and nurses. They've ruined and wrecked the house from cops and fees. You've got no idea. But it's owned by Yida, Sholem Axel. He lives, I don't know where he lives, Pinkler, but you can look him up in the telephone book. But he bought this house. He says to me, he's got in every house now, he's got Yidden, only in this house he's got Goyim. But he still doesn't care, that's what he tells me. Whether it's true, I don't know. There is number 15, which is right opposite me. This is owned by Shlomo Meisel's son, Soli Meisels, the son-in-law of the Bob Vadai. He bought it from a Goy, and he's put in riffraff. The police have been inside. There's mattresses from Kopfzefis. Is wollen dort nach Sachen mit 15 to 20 Goyim, one on top of the other. You can't sich vorstellen, man hat sich keine Beskisse, man hat sich kein place to get, für 15 Goyim mit einem Stück, aber nicht mit 2 Beskisses. Even the Rasen ist nicht. They make in the street. It's disgusting. We have to live opposite this. He bought it, and he's promised to Mr. Feldman, who lived number 20, that he's going to put in Yidden. I don't believe a word he says. Ik is me geit mit Strockers, nach Starmel and weiße Socken. Lies they tell from Kopf to Fies. The same as Schulem Axler. The geit mit weiße Socken and the ganze Levish, because that's what they think is like the English Jewish people think. That is a Jew. The gourmet Jew, they think the Levush is a Jew. Oh, that you visualized what we're talking about and you can see it for yourself. The problem we've got. Number 7, let's start off with number 9. No, not number 9. It was number 9. Sorry, it was a mistake. 9 is owned by Hershey Griescott. 11 is owned by Mr. Axler. And number 15 is owned by Soli Meisels. My mistake, but I'm not going back on the tape. I'm telling the story and I made a mistake, so I'll rectify the mistake. Number 9 was owned by Holders, and Mr. Griescott bought it to make 2 flats out of it. Really, he wasn't allowed to make 2 flats, he could do it, but he made 2 flats. And one of the reasons he made 2 flats was because he said he's making 1 flat for his Bubba, who was at that time alive, and the carer is going to live upstairs. An nächtiger Tag hat sich nicht umgehoben, nicht gestiegen, nicht geflogen. As soon as he let it, he didn't even try to put in Fremiden. He's living in a street. Would you like to have to lerecho? That's what's lacking in our community. These women write stupid letters. What's lacking in our community? A bit of love. Love is the most important thing which we Eden need. When Yankov Avini met Yosvat Tzaddik Elaine Krishma, in every moment when we can practice a physical love, we use it to practice a love to the Rabbi Shalom. That's the assault from Kolatayre killer. If you can, next to himself, number 40 Ravensdale, Griescott bought the house to keep it for himself because he didn't want any goy or something else moving in. So he spent money, it was empty even, and it was dialect and everything. It was disgusting, but he kept it for himself because he didn't want it. But to me, it doesn't disturb. When he does such a thing to me, it doesn't. Where's the lahavtil recht gemochen? Geht sich mit Pious von ihm. All right, he hasn't got a lot of understanding. Hat nicht gesagt gelernt in Jiddischkeit. He doesn't know much, like the Freie Yid. At least keep what you do learn. But he hasn't learned much. You watch him on Shabbos afternoons walking the Stamford Hill. He hasn't got to do. Kann nicht lernen. Versteht nicht lernen.